With me today, I have an artist that's not exactly undiscovered, but there are a lot more people that need to know about this young man. So we're going to talk to him, ask him a few questions, let you get to know him. What's your name? Let's start there.
My name is Antoine Rhodes, and I go by the name of Judahman.
Okay.
And Judah, just to break down my name, Judah in the Bible means praise.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised, south side of Chicago.
Growing up in Chicago, what was that like?
Pretty hardcore, I would say, because of poverty. And, every place you go, there's pretty much different situations. People that sell drugs, and, so I grew up around, violence and people trying to make it in the best way that they could. And I've seen a lot, and growing up as a teenager, became involved in some of the things, you know what I'm saying? And it makes me the person, for me to be able to survive it, it makes me the person I am today, to actually try to talk to some other young person that may be going down the wrong path, and I can try to snatch them before they, take that route.
That sounds very positive. And so I want to get to that positivity and where it comes from and how it's guided. Whatever made you get into music? What inspired you to do?
In 1994, I was listening to, mainstream artists, Tupac, Ghetto Boys, Lou, Two Live Crew. I mean, a lot of just, I was always looking for the next hot thing that came out. And I got involved in certain situations, that street life, and ended up doing time in 1994. And because of my lifestyle, street, ran with the gangs, I got locked up. And while I was locked up doing time, actually caught a case while I was locked up,
How'd you catch a case?
Well,
while you were locked up?
Being, with one of the largest street gangs in Chicago, we actually, had different sets in prison. There was something going down within the tier, and one of the guys threatened one of my guys, and so we all in there. You get, we call it strap up, with shanks and sharpened toothbrushes, whatever, pencils, whatever, you know what I'm saying, to go after the rival. And I was on the school wing, and after we left the school, the classroom was in the basement, and after we were coming up from the basement, somebody gave a tip to the officers that something was going on. So as soon as you came through the door, they pushed everybody against the wall and began to search them. And they so happened to find shanks on about 7 or 8 people coming from school. That is known as contraband in the penal institution. End up doing more time. That situation, though, actually, the route, I was taking, which I thought was right, you know what I'm saying, there was something better for me. And so I began to, I would call self-inventory and search myself. Music is motivating. It sets a mood. It sets a tone, you know what I'm saying? And so the music I was listening to, and I just thought about all the music I was listening to. I began to think about the lyrics. I wrote my first song, while I was in solitary confinement.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So that time alone gave you a chance to
a lot of
search and a lot of time, 20 hours a day. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was that first song about?
It was a positive song. It was actually called "Come and Go with Me," and that song, what they had was like a scared straight program within the institution where they would take actual inmates who had the willingness to talk to these kids to prevent them from coming in. And so that song was a song called "Come and Go with Me," and it was basically telling them, about their life and about that there can be a change, you know what I'm saying, in your actions and what you do, what you say, who you hang out with, you know what I'm saying, the influences that you have. It was geared towards realizing that I couldn't live this life no more, doing my own thing, doing me. You know, they got songs now, I'm gonna do me, you know, but, you know, sometimes that can be dangerous if you just, you know, if you doing you and it's leading to, you know what I'm saying, negative results.
How long were you in?
3 years.
And what was the first thing you did when you got out?
My mom picked me up from the bus station, you know. Next day I went to service, to church, you know what I'm saying, to worship. Thank God, you know what I'm saying, I made it through. I was in maximum security, and I was around guys who had actually been locked up longer than I had been born.
Most of the artists that I do interviews of are rapping about all that stuff that you learn not to go in that direction from your own experiences.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your music.
Well, my music it's music with a message, you know what I'm saying? Because we can glorify, you know, the cars, the clothes, the women, the drugs, you know what I'm saying? But in the end, what is the end result of that, you know what I'm saying? We're just repeating the cycle, you know what I'm saying, of death and destruction. Words can be words of life. You can speak words of life to encourage somebody, or you can speak words of death to discourage. You know what I'm saying? And so I've learned through my music just to present a message, you know what I'm saying, to this generation that will actually speak life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to reach out to that single mother who feel like giving up, you know what I'm saying, who want to take her life because the daddy that promised to be there for the kids just jumped ship, you know what I'm saying? He was a rolling stone, you know what I'm saying? So he's no longer there. So I'm trying to speak life to the kids, you know what I'm saying, that may be in poverty, you know what I'm saying, and don't see no other route but to sell drugs, you know, don't see no other way out, but because they're influenced by what they hear in the music, you know, the Doughboy, D-Boy, Snowman, you know what I'm saying, they're influenced by that, you know, so because music has a powerful effect, a young person, a teenager would think, okay, I'm grown in their mind, but in their actions, because of a lack of experience, they'll try to do some things that will, you know, land them in prison or death or destruction. I wish Tupac would have did more songs like Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby. You know what I'm saying? Songs like that are really, you know, he was really coming from the heart, and that's the type of music I do that would lead a person, you know what I'm saying, to give them hope at the end of the song instead of leaving them feeling worthless, you know what I'm saying, feeling disrespected.
Married, single?
Yeah, I'm married, you know what I'm saying.
Any kids?
Two boys, 6 and 4, Isaiah and Caleb. My wife is Denise.
All right.
You know, been married 8 years.
What kind of legacy you want to leave for your kids? What do you want them to? What are your aspirations for them, and what do you want to leave for them?
Well, I just want them to know that they can enjoy being them, and they can enjoy this life that God has blessed us with, without disrespecting women, without portraying the image, you know what I'm saying, that it's totally opposite of who they really are, you know, to feel that they got to make it, you know what I'm saying. I want them to be secure in who they are, you know, and I even have my 6-year-old this year. We just recorded a song, his first song, did his first 16 on one of my songs on my up-and-coming album. And I just, you know, just want to put in them, you know what I'm saying, because they see it, you know what I'm saying. They don't see a perfect daddy. They don't see me having it all together, but they do see my heart. You know, right now at the age that they are, they believe that God is cool, and which He is.
Yes.
You know, He's given us all things to enjoy.
And do you think that they're saying what they're saying because that's really what they believe, or you think they're saying what they're saying a lot of times because that's what they think will get them in, or a hit record or a record deal?
It's absolutely the second one,
Yeah.
because a lot of the guys, what I'm saying, that's doing their thing. They talk about, what I'm saying, the Maserati and the Lamborghini and the Maybachs and stuff, and never have experienced that. So it's like this is the standard that they have to follow because of those that have come last decade or so.
Because it's only the last decade. It's
Yeah.
not the beginning of, especially hip hop music, didn't start like that.
Absolutely not. It's more so the money. The love of money is the root of all evil, because people are willing to say anything and do anything. There's just different situations that cause people to compromise.
Do you find it? I find it interesting. Do you find it interesting that most men were raised by women, and then when they become men, they don't treat women right?
That is so true.
I mean, I
That
can
is
say
so true.
they. I can say before I started to get it, I was one of those cats,
Yeah.
just mistreating women.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just as if I didn't grow up with a mom that did everything she could
Yeah.
by herself.
Like I said earlier, when I was in prison, though, I began to think about all those, the seeds that were planted, you know what I'm saying, from moms, you know what I'm saying? And, I knew I had to do something different. My whole message is to bring people up to that place of self-image, recognizing who they are. And it took me to actually, a situation like that was a blessing in disguise, because I was that, I was called a girl out of name in a minute. That was my conversation. That's all I knew. That was popular. You know what I'm saying? But now it's to the point now, as the females identify themselves, you know what I'm saying? That's how they communicate to each other.
Where can people, we want to get to know the person, but where can people find your music?
MySpace.com, Judah Soak. That's Judahsoak. This is the new group. This is some recent stuff. It's called Sons of a King. That's what Soak stands for. It's Rags to Royalty. And we have a couple websites. You can go to the MySpace, of course, MySpace.com, Soak, SOAK 3. We built the site for a community of rappers, you know what I'm saying, to actually upload their stuff and get exposure. It's called Tracks, TRAX ONDECK, tracksondeck.com. We also have Christ People Radio, which is ChristPeopleradio.com. Just, motivate somebody to change for the better, you know what I'm saying, in your music.
I believe that you're only going to be great to the extent that you're grateful.
Yeah.
So what are you grateful for?
No, I'm grateful for my relationship with God, my relationship with my family, and me loving myself, you know what I'm saying, to change, to just experience the blessings that God has given us every day. I'm very grateful, you know what I'm saying, for another opportunity to maybe speak to somebody that maybe hear this interview and, just say, you know what, man, I've been out there, you know what I'm saying, I need to, just at least begin to hear what's being said, you know what I'm saying, in the music, or, you know what I'm saying, or for that artist, you know what I'm saying, that may want to, write, you know what I'm saying, write something encouraging to, someone, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot to rap about in the condition that our communities are in. There's a lot to rap about, and a lot we can do to, to change, but it starts within ourselves, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just one that's grateful for the opportunity to change, to produce change.
I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy doing these interviews, but I especially enjoyed this one.
Thank you.
I thank you for your time. I'm Kevin LaShun for another episode of Undiscovered. Make sure you check them out. We're going to put them on the show. You heard the websites, but also Google them, Facebook them, MySpace them.
Judahman
Judahman.
Also check out Positive Message Music,
All right.
positivemessagemusic.com.
Okay, so positivemessagemusic.com can find them also. Once again, for Undiscovered, 95.9 Kiss FM. I'm Kevin LaShun. Thanks for watching.